Hi, I'm Ashley. Welcome to Rise Up Yoga. I'm so excited to be continuing this tarot yoga journey. I've been having so much fun, and I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. Now today we're going to be getting started in a cross-legged seat, so find your way down to your mat and we'll get started. Today we're connecting to our internal divine teacher with card number 5, the Hierophant. And I really love the illustration on this Hierophant card. You can just see and feel the joy that's exuding from him. And really that's what one of the things that Hierophant is about. It's about connecting to this joy, this unity, this internal happiness, and the understanding that we're all truly connected and everything is truly purposeful. And in a traditional Hierophant card, it's a little bit more traditional, it's a little bit more structured. If you think of a priest, it's depicted as more of that figure. So I just really love how in this card it sort of breaks that mold. It's a little bit more free, it's a little bit more loose. And really with the Hierophant as well, once we connect to the understanding that there's divinity within each of us, then it allows us to release old stories or beliefs that no longer serve us, all while welcoming in new perspectives and opening to new ideas. And so that's one of the things that we're going to focus on today with the Hierophant, really that joy. And this card also really aligns with the crown chakra at the top of our head. So we're going to really be focusing on balancing the crown chakra in order to connect to that joy, enlightenment, and unity. So to get started, I'd really love to do some alternate nostril breathing, which really helps us to connect to the present moment, connect to our breath, slow down a little bit. And if you haven't done this type of breathing before, what we're going to do is bring our index finger and our middle finger to our palm with the other fingers outstretched. If this position is not comfortable for your fingers, you can also bring your ring finger down so you're in more of a hang loose symbol. This is what I prefer. And then whenever you're ready, whenever you've chosen the hand position that feels right to you, we'll go ahead and relax your shoulders, shake it out a little bit. Really find that long spine and reach through the crown of your head. And then we'll bring our thumb to the outside of our right nostril and press down. Take a deep breath in through the left. Once we get to the top, we'll pause, switch our fingers, so bring your other finger to the left nostril, squeeze, and then exhale through the right. Now we're going to keep doing this. You can go ahead and close your eyes to connect to your internal space if you'd like. Let's take a deep breath in through the right. At the top, we pause and switch. Exhale through the left. Deep breath in through the left. Switch the fingers and exhale through the right. Now I invite you to continue to do this type of breathing at your own pace. Find your own rhythm, your own flow. We'll be here for a couple rounds of breaths. And one of the beautiful things about this type of breathing is it allows us to really clear our headspace and bring balance into our bodies. because this type of breathing connects the left and right hemispheres of our brain. And with the crown chakra, it's our energy center where our masculine and feminine energies unite. So again, finding more balance in that area. Go ahead and do one more round. And then whenever you're ready, you can relax your hands. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the top of your knees. Let's all take a collective breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And then just start to notice how you feel. I definitely feel a little bit calmer after the breathing. And then let's go ahead and open our eyes. And then we're going to meet in the tabletop position. So find your way there. We'll meet with wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. Make sure fingers are spread wide. Really press into the palm of your hands and your fingertips. Really press into the tops of your feet. Find that nice long spine, long neck, reaching the crown of your head towards the top of your mat energetically. On an inhale, drop your belly, take your gaze forward and slightly up as we come into cow. You can take any movements here with your hips, taking them left to right. You can take your gaze over your left shoulder and then your right shoulder. Really just finding a flow that feels comfortable for you as we're warming up our bodies. On your next exhale, drop your head around your spine and take your gaze down towards the mat for cat. From here, really energetically drop the crown of your head towards the mat so it feels like the weight of gravity is really just pulling it down. And continue to flow breath to movement, cow on the inhales, cat on the exhales. Feel free to find any freedom of movement here by taking any of those movements side to side. Then take one more set of breaths and we'll meet back at tabletop. From here, let's go ahead and tuck our toes and then on an inhale, start to peel your knees slowly off of the mat, then reach your hips up to the sky for downward dog. You can walk your hands out forward just slightly if you need as we're working to get our biceps near our ears. And then really pressing down through the heels to reach them towards the mat. Take your gaze back towards your shins. You can find any movement here again if you'd like by pedaling out your feet. Take your gaze up towards your fingertips and then step your left foot up and then your right, forward fold. Really find a nice solid footing here by pressing all four corners of your feet firmly into the mat. Keep this gentle bend through your knees and then just let the weight of gravity relax your hands, relax your head towards the mat. You can imagine as if your crown chakra is really reaching towards the mat. On an inhale, slowly start to rise up one vertebrae at a time until we come up to standing. Take your time with this movement. There's no need to rush. As we come up, you can roll your shoulders up to your ears, relax them back and down your spine. Palms will face forward in mountain. Take your gaze out in front of you. And really you can imagine this long line of energy all the way from your feet through the crown of your head. On an inhale, let's bring hands to heart center, to Anjali Mudra. And I encourage you to close your eyes again here as we connect back to our breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And then let's just take a moment here to find some gratitude and awe for the fact that we're all here right now, living and breathing. How improbable life is, yet we're here experiencing it. It's just amazing. We can connect to that sort of gratitude no matter what we're going through in order to bring us into this present moment of joy and happiness that's always there for us. Then I want you to think of a time where you felt joy or happiness. And then just let that moment paint a picture in your mind. Start to notice how that makes you feel, if there are any feelings arising in your body. Maybe it brings a smile to your face. And then let's just take that joy with us that we just cultivated and bring it through the rest of our practice. So let's go ahead and open our eyes. And then on an inhale, press your hands up to the sky, upward salute. Take your gaze up towards your fingertips. Really keep some nice active hands and active arms, working to bring your biceps near your ears. On an inhale, reach up through the fingertips, really reach. And then on an exhale, cactus arms to low back bend. You can also bring your hands to your low back in order to give yourself a little extra support. Either way, really press through your pelvic bone forward towards the top of the mat. On an inhale, let's bring our hands back up to center. And then exhale, hinge your hips forward with a flat back as we come all the way back down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or to thighs. Take your gaze down directly to the mat. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed, engaged. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up with a flat back this time. Again, take your time as we come all the way up. Reach your fingertips up to the sky, upward salute. And then hands back down to heart center. And then we'll just flow through that one more time, really awakening this energy through our bodies. Inhale, reach it up, upward salute. Exhale, back bend, cactus arms or hands to low back. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Really aligning all of our energy centers by warming up through our spine, really important. Inhale, start to lift up with a flat back As we do so, reach hands up to the sky, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keep this movement going down. We're going to come all the way back down to a forward fold. One more halfway lift here. And then exhale, plant your palms, then step your right foot back as we come into a low lunge. Take your right knee towards the mat. Find this strong, stable foundation. And then as soon as you're ready, press it up as we come into low lunge. Hands can come to heart center. We'll be here for 2 breaths. Make sure hips are square towards the top of the mat. Gaze is out in front. We're feeling the stretch through the front of our right psoas. Take a deep breath in, really reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhale, we're going to open twist to the left. So take your right elbow to the outside of your left leg and then press through your palms. So we're coming into this really great opening twist. Palms. We're working to get in line with our sternum. No worries if you're not there already. The intention of that movement is what we're looking for. And then you can take your gaze up to the sky for a little extra balance challenge. Make sure to breathe, deep breath in. And then on an exhale, come back up to center. From here, we're going to start to reach your right heel up towards your glute. At the same time, reach around with your left hand and grab the inside of your left foot. And then you can start to pull gently on your foot towards your glute in order to feel this stretch through the front of your right hip. And then you can take your gaze towards the back of the mat. So we're really working to first and foremost focus on this stretch through the right hip, but also to find this twist with our torso in order to bring that energy and that movement into both of these areas. Release any tension. Take one more breath. And then exhale to slowly bring your foot down back towards the mat. We're going to turn back forwards. And then bring your hands to the inside of your left foot, all the way down towards the mat. And start to walk your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. Toes will be slightly out, heel is slightly in. And then from here, you have a couple options. You can stay here, or if it's in your practice, you can come down to your forearms on the mat. For me, my hips are a little bit too tight for that, so I stay up on my palms. And then we'll just stay here for a moment and breathe. Maybe recall that moment of joy that we cultivated earlier. Let that bring you an internal smile. In either of these positions, make sure we're keeping a nice flat back and long neck, as it really helps this energy move through our bodies, reaching the crown of our head to the top of the mat. Feeling this nice opening through our left hip. Take one more breath. And then slowly start to walk your left foot in towards center. So your left foot is going to be in between both of your hands now. Tuck your back toe, and then take your left foot back into downward dog. And let's start to get some hip circles here. So find some hip circles one way and then the other. And then wherever you are, go ahead and the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale to bend your knee and then open it up towards the left side of the mat. So we're really feeling this deep stretch through our left side body. You can take your gaze under your arm. Stay here for one breath. You've got this. Almost there. And then exhale back to center, downward dog. Inhale to take your gaze forward. And then exhale to step your right foot up between your hands. So we're coming into a low lunge on this side. Go through your checklist. Bring your left knee towards the mat. And then whenever you're ready, press it up into low lunge. Let's relax our shoulders. Take a deep breath. Hands to heart center. Let this confidence within you rise. Inhale to lengthen, reach through the crown of the head. And then exhale, open twist towards the right side of the mat. Again, really pressing firmly into your palms. Always making sure shoulders are relaxed. Find one more breath. And then exhale back to center. Okay, from here, go ahead and start to bring that left heel up to your glute. And then turn around to your right side, grabbing your foot with your right hand. And take your gaze around towards the back of your mat. Playing with our balance maybe a little bit here. You can rock forward and back just a little bit to find the stretch in your body that feels really good for you. It's different for everybody. It might be different for you each day that you practice. So really working to open up through our left hip. Take one more breath. And then exhale, slowly release it. As we do so, bring your hands down to the mat, to the inside of your right foot, and then start to walk your right foot out as we come into lizard variation on this side. Find whichever pose or position here works for you, whether that's on your palms or down to your forearms. It might be different on this side than it was on your other side. And just notice any of those changes or any of those differences. And again, we'll take a few breaths here. Really, a lot of us store tension and stress within our hips. So with the Hierophant, with the opportunity for us to release what's no longer serving us, we can really do this by bringing this opening into our hips, releasing any of that stress, welcoming in its place more flow for abundance, joy, and gratitude. Okay, take one more breath here. And then we'll start to walk our right foot back into the center. Tuck your back toes and step it back into downward dog. Go ahead and do your hip circles on this side, one way and then the other. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, left leg or right leg, three-legged dog. Bend your knee and then open it up to the right side of the mat. Really work to try and keep equal weight between both of your hands. And then working to stack right knee on top of the left. That's the goal, to have these both in line with each other. Finding that alignment, finding that balance. Take one more breath. And then exhale it back to down dog. Beautiful. Okay, inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, you can step your feet up or you can hop them up to forward fold. Inhale, start to rise up, flat back. As we reach our fingers up to the sky, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so with feet hip width distance, start to bring your weight into your right foot. Really press through all four corners of your feet here. And then bring your left foot to kickstand on your right shin. From here, open up your left knee towards the side of the mat. So we have this nice opening through the hip. Really did a lot of those hip stretches in order for us to be able to open up our hip more in this tree. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's bring hands to heart center. Find a non-moving focal point out in front of you in order to focus your gaze, and that'll help with our balance. And then if it's in your practice, you can start to grow your tree by bringing your left foot to your calf. You can bring it up over your knee towards the inside of your right thigh. You practice my balance. Again, keep your gaze out in front of you. Really finding this long line of energy all the way from your foot that's rooted into your mat through the crown of your head. You can imagine this pole of energy going all the way through your body that can help to focus how you're balancing. You can also imagine roots growing out of your right foot into the earth, so we have this nice, strong, stable foundation. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Just come right back into it. Have some fun with it. We're here to challenge ourselves. We're here to grow. If you want to grow your tree more, then you can reach your fingers up to the sky. Like branches in the wind, you can wave them around. Take one more breath. And then exhale, slowly release your left foot towards the mat. Shake it out a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. Start to bring your weight into your left foot. We'll start with kickstanding our right foot on our left, opening the hip towards the side of the mat. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed, really reaching through the crown of our head, which is going to help with our balance. Hands to heart center. And then if you'd like to start growing your tree, you can pop your foot up to your shin or to your thigh. Whichever position you're in, make sure you're working to bring your right knee out towards the side of the mat as much as you can. So you'll feel a deeper stretch through the right. It'll challenge your balance a little bit more as well. And then we'll just breathe here for a couple moments. Find your focus. One of the challenges with the Hierophant is finding this grounding, stable structure while also connecting to this divinity within each of us. So really, tree is super beneficial in order to challenge us there. Connecting to that Hierophant, that inner teacher. That inner teacher is saying, you can do this, you've got this. One more breath. And then exhale, release your right foot towards the mat. Okay, you can take your feet about hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. And then start to bring some movements into your hips, side to side. And then you can start to bring your arms into it. And we're just going to take a little moment here to do whatever movements you feel called to. Like I said, with this Hierophant, it's really about breaking out of the mold, really breaking free. So allow yourself to just feel free and silly. Do whatever silly movements that you'd like. Let it bring you joy. Whew, does not have to be coordinated. It surely is not for me. Okay. Move your hips side to side. Then whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and meet at the top of the mat, maybe feeling a little bit looser, a little bit freer. Feet spread, hip width distance. Let's reach our fingers up to the sky. Once again, upward salute. Last one of the practice. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back and then your right, high plank. Really spread your fingers out wide. We'll only be here for a moment, but if you'd like, you can always bring your knees down to the mat. Inhale, inch forward. Exhale, slowly start to lower all the way down to the mat. Elbows tucked into your side until we come all the way down. Preparing for Cobra. Bring your big toes to touch. Really engage through your legs. And then on an inhale, slowly start to peel your chest up off of the mat, taking your gaze slightly forward. There should be little to no weight in your hands, really engaging through your legs. And then exhale to release everything to the mat. From here, go ahead and bring your elbows out slightly in front of your shoulders, and then bring your hands to clasp your opposite elbow. So you should have one hand or one forearm stacked slightly on top of the other. Find a nice comfortable position here. As on your exhale, we're going to release the forehead to the top of your arm. So really coming into this relaxation pose in crocodile. You might feel a slight stretch in your lower back if your lower back is tight, but otherwise you might not feel much of anything. We're really coming here to relax, connect to our breath. As you breathe, just notice where your attention goes with your breath. Likely, as you're breathing, you are breathing through your diaphragm. So you'll feel this expansion through that lower part of your torso. It really allows us to focus on our breathing, which again is really beneficial for our headspace. It allows us to clear anxiety, stress, anything that doesn't serve us. Opening through the crown. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can start to lift up your head. And then we're gonna do another variation for crocodile. So go ahead and bring each of your hands to your opposite shoulder. So your elbows are going to be, one is going to be stacked in front of the other in the midline of your body. And then on an inhale, slowly start to reach your top elbow slightly up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale to lower. And you can just continue to do that. And as you do so, you can just imagine this is a crocodile mouth opening and closing. It's a little bit silly, but we're here to have fun and be a little bit silly. Okay, wherever you are, go ahead and bring your hands back directly under your shoulders and then press it up into a tabletop position. From here, start to bring your hips down towards your heels. Bring the crown of your head towards the mat. At the same time, we're bringing our chin to our chest. So crown of the head to the mat, chin to chest, and then slide your hands back and grab your heels with your palms. From here, start to lift your hips up to the sky. At the same time of us lifting up our hips, we're pressing our hands and our heels firmly into one another. So we're really feeling this beautiful deep stretch through the shoulders, through the back. This is another really great pose for our crown chakra, allowing us to find that release. Take some deep breaths. This is our rabbit pose. So you can imagine your tail is a little rabbit tail. Take one more breath. And then exhale, release your hips towards your heels. Bring your hands back up towards the top of the mat. And then let's meet in a downward dog. On an inhale, take your gaze forward and then hop your feet up behind your hands. And then we'll roll back onto our hips, rolling onto our back. You can do a couple rocks forward and back if you'd like. I really like doing that, giving a little back massage. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and lie down on your back. Reach your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Connect back to that joy if you're not already. And then let's make our way into happy baby. So you can bring your hands to the outsides of your feet or the insides of your feet. And then just start to find some final playful movement here in whatever way is calling to you. Definitely had to do happy baby as we're cultivating joy and happiness. Couldn't miss this one. Also really great for stretching at our hips. Take one more breath wherever you are. very last movements until we come into stillness. And then as you're ready, exhale to slowly release everything towards the mat as we come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Really find this relaxation. Spread yourself up on the mat. Close your eyes. Let's all take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Relax all the muscles of your face. Relax your shoulders. Let's bring it back to the joy, that gratitude. Something that I noticed after I made this flow is that a lot of our poses, funny enough, were just very of the earth. So we had rabbit, we had crocodile, we had cobra, and a couple more in there. And even though we were working with the crown chakra, which is at the top of our head, it's a different, and those are more connected to our root chakra, that really earthly grounding pose. That's really what we need in order to open up our crown chakra to the fullest. We need to find that balance and that grounding so that we can expand more, so that we have this strong, stable foundation. It only helps us to expand even more. And feel free to stay as long as you'd like in the Shavasana, but if you're ready to get going, you can start to awaken your body by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe reaching your fingertips and your arms above your head, like you're waking up in the morning, giving yourself a nice big stretch. And then choose a side to roll onto. Take your time in this fetal position. And then once you're ready, start to press it up as we come back into an easy seat with our legs crossed. Go ahead and bring hands to heart center. Again, let's close our eyes, check in with our internal space. Notice how you feel. And then let's all take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. I encourage you to take this joy, this gratitude, this happiness that we just cultivated on the mat. Let's bring it off the mat with us through the rest of our day or evening, challenging us to connect to this energy daily. And we'll just see the world around us shift as we do so. Thank you all so much for showing up today. The light, the love, the teacher in me honors and reflects the light, the love, and the teacher in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thanks so much for showing up and cultivating some joy with me today. If you like this video and want to continue this tarot yoga journey series with me, then go ahead and like this video and subscribe. And if you'd like, go ahead and share in the comments your experience with this flow or the moment of joy that you cultivated, and we can open a conversation there. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'll see you guys next time for card number 6, the Lovers.